Hello everyone, today I'm here barefaced as I'm going to test a foundation that I've never used before, so it's really a first impressions. If you don't know, I have dry skin, not just normal dry skin, it is very dry. Sometimes even it's that dry that just nothing looks good on my skin and everything just looks awful when I wear makeup. But I mean, I found something that really helps. I know it's quite expensive, but if you have dry skin or extremely dry skin, this primer is really life-changing. At least it was for me. It's the Guerlain Loire, which is a gold primer, base de teint they call it, and it's this gold primer. I got it with a discount from Feel Unique, I think, and as the Christmas period is coming around, check out for like discount on this because the full price is I think around like 80 euros, so it's a lot of money, but it does wonders for my skin. So what I'm doing is I'm going to start with priming my face with this one, as I just know it's the best thing for my skin, and also I want to give the foundation a fair shot. So I'm just gonna use my favorite primer all over my face. Normally I go for one pump, but when I'm really dry I go for two, which is more than enough for your whole face. As you can see, I really have to work it in. You can also see I don't have the perfect skin, like I have dry skin, but I also have quite some redness and pimples and stuff. I just don't have the greatest skin, so I feel like foundation on my skin testing is quite something. I'm going to test a foundation out for the first time ever, and it's the Yves Saint Laurent All Hours foundation. I've heard so many good things on YouTube about this foundation, so I'm very curious how it's gonna work on my skin. So this is what it looks like, and I have the shade B20. As a reference, I'm in MAC and NC15, but it's a bit yellow, a bit too warm, a bit too dark for me. So maybe I would say I'm NC10, but I've never tried it, so I have to grab that foundation one time. But yeah, this is hopefully gonna be a good shade for me. I'm gonna apply it with this mirror, so excuse me if that's gonna be in the way or something like that. And I'm gonna apply it with the beauty blender just because I have the best application with a sponge. I feel like if it's not working, we'll go in with something else. But for me personally, my fingers and a sponge works the best for my skin. So I'm going to start off shaking. I don't know if it's needed, but just giving it a fair shot on the sponge, which is not the best because it soaks up quite a lot. 2 pumps right now, and I'm just gonna dot it everywhere on my skin and see how far we get. Ooh. Okay, and now I'm gonna start blending the foundation in. They matched me to like I think the neutral shade, which is quite good as my skin is quite neutral, but this seems to match quite nicely to my neck. Not giving me the greatest coverage yet, as you can see. I hope, because my camera broke, so I'm filming with my webcam. That's also quite the reason that I'm not been filming a lot on this channel, because I like to do makeup videos and stuff on this channel, and I don't feel like makeup is translating the best on my webcam. So it gave quite some coverage, like it evened out my skin tone. The match is actually quite nice for me, I think. I don't think you see a lot of difference. Start with one pump again. I start on this side of my face and just work it in. The smell is quite nice, quite fresh. I also do my eyelids. I feel like now the coverage is quite nice. And so it really builds. You can really build this foundation, which is good. My only concern is that it's gonna look dry on my skin, because it's called All Hours, and I asked the lady in the shop and she was like, no, it will be fine if you prime well, if you have like your moisturizer on and a good primer. So let's see. So this side has 2 layers on now, hope you can see it, and this one has 1 layer on. So I don't know if you can tell the difference, but I can. This looks way better than this side already. So let's go in, even out the other side. The pump, are quite, like if you pump out, it's quite a generous amount, but I'll say that you need it probably to get the coverage if you want to have coverage. Of course, if you have like a more perfect even skin tone, you're not gonna need as much as I do. Try to blend it in a bit downwards, but I feel like I could get away with like just stopping with this shade. It looks quite close to my actual neck. I've never been really happy with like a shade match before. Like when I go in the shop and I ask them to match me, a lot of the time they don't really do a good job. So I don't end up. First, I ended up buying it because in the shops it looks quite good, but I didn't end up buying it the last years because I learned more about my skin tone myself and I just knew they were not right. So yeah, you know, I just didn't buy it. But this lady did quite a good job, I think, like matching me. And she also gave me like a look to the side that was a bit more yellow. And we together decided for this one. I think it's quite a nice foundation, I'm not gonna lie, but I have to say it looks quite dry on my skin. I don't know if you can see it, but I think it looks quite dry. The coverage is okay. It's not full coverage, but it's definitely medium and buildable. It doesn't look bad on my skin, you know? You know when sometimes foundations look very bad on dry skin? It doesn't really look bad, but you can see I have dry skin, I feel like. It's a little bit too much for my liking, I think, on some places of my skin. Which is okay because some people will like it, some people won't. I'm definitely need for some concealer. Yeah, I don't know. I think I like it, but I think my skin might be a little bit too dry at the moment, and this might be a bit too matte. Debating if I like it, yes or no, because I think it looks quite good from far, but when I go close up, I see, you know, when you see the mattifying texture on a dry skin, that's kind of what I feel like. My Catrice concealer liquid camouflage high coverage. It says. Don't really find my color. Is it 005? Could that be the color? No idea. Could be. It's probably the lightest one they have. I just always go in a bit extra on my chin if there's like more than I want to. And I also go around my nose because I'm very red down there. But I also just do just a bit for highlighting reasons. Is what I'm doing now, the forehead a little bit. But that's not really because of the extra coverage that I want. The extra coverage is most of the time on my chin that I really want that, because my chin is most of the time not my most flattering feature. And around my nose because I'm very, very red there. And then normally I set my face with powder, especially because I will go in with like powders and stuff. But I feel like I might not want to set this with a powder because, as I said, it's quite dry on my skin already. I don't want to make it more dry. So I might want to set my under eyes with a bit of powder, but I don't feel like I want to set my face with powder. Don't worry about the white. I also got a bit of powder where I've been with concealer, just to set it all a little bit more in place. Right now it's 12:02 and I'm gonna check in with you guys to show how this wears throughout the day. I might check in on my phone, I'm not quite sure. We'll see about that. So we'll see together how this works for dry skin. Okay, I'm back and I know it's way later than it was when I went off camera. You can also probably see on my face that I've been out doing stuff and that we are quite some hours later. I'll show you the time right now. The time right now is 16:28, which means I've had this makeup on now for 4 hours and 30 minutes, around that time. I know you can't see well at this moment, so I'm gonna try and take some shots close to my window on my phone and insert them here. Before I do that, let's just have a quick look together. Makeup is definitely not my everyday makeup. I normally never wear wing line, so I just tried something out today and that's where I ended up with. But the foundation is what we are here for. So when I'm looking right now, honestly, it has broken apart in a few areas, especially like my chin area. You can see it's a bit more red, it's shiny a little bit. and it has, like, the foundation has broken apart a little bit on my chin, also a bit around my nose, so where the foundation and the concealer has been. So yeah, around my nose, maybe my forehead a little bit. But if I can be completely honest, I kind of like the foundation more now looking at it than when I looked at it in the beginning, because it doesn't look matte anymore. Like, you see my natural, this is my highlight, so that's not my natural oils, but this is also a bit my highlighter. But if you can see here, I've not put any highlighter on here, and as you can see, I'm a little bit shiny. And you know, at this moment maybe it's a bit too much, and I would redo it a little bit normally, like a bit more powder or something like that. But I like that my natural glow kind of is coming through. I think also the primer works like brilliant with that. As I said first, I thought it might be a bit too dry for my skin, but I don't feel like it has been drying out my skin. So it's quite a matte foundation, which I was a bit uncertain of in the beginning, so I was not sure if I liked it, yes or no. And except from the breaking apart in the areas my foundation always kind of breaks apart first, I kind of think I do actually like this foundation. I really like how it's looking now, except from the breaking apart bits. I think it looks way more natural now than it does when it's just applied, because it looks too matte in my opinion then. But I have to say, like, for the whole day, I don't feel like the coverage is any less than when it was when I went outside, except from where it like broke apart again on my chin and on my nose. But that's the areas I always break apart in the day, and I will have to reapply any concealer and powder and stuff like that if I wanted to look like flawless for the rest of the day. But I'm really impressed actually. I think I like this foundation. I was in the like, honestly, when I before I left, I was like, I don't know, why is everyone even with dry skin raving about this foundation? I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it as much as I do right now, but I really do. I think it looks quite natural as far as the foundation goes, of course, but I think it looks quite good right now. So I know it's a bit bluish and a bit dark right now, so we don't have the best quality. I really hope to get, first of all, a good camera again, and maybe some lights to film with, but you know, I'm a poor student, so it's not coming anytime soon, but it's something I really want to invest in so I can give you better videos. But overall, I'm kind of impressed with this foundation, especially for first impressions. And I'm now gonna skip to my phone recordings, if that worked out, and show you how it looks more directly in the light. So hopefully that will be helpful. I hope this is working. I'm not sure if it does. I hope it shows you better how the foundation has been sitting on my skin through the day. I really hope it does show up my chin, my nose. I hope you liked this video, or my first impressions. If you did and thought it was helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up or let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you aren't already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye!